The Lutsk Castle, an architectural monument of national significance. Lutsk is the ancient administrative, economic, cultural, and religious center of Volyn and is situated in the Styr River Valley, the original nucleus of the city being the former island of Lutsk. During and after the 7th century, Lutsk belonged to a union of powerful Slavic tribes headed by the Dulibs. From the end of the 10th century until the second third of the 12th century, it was under the Kiev Rus. After 1199, when it was partitioned under Volodymyr, then until 1340 under the Volyn-Halych Principality, and from 1340 to 1569 under the Great Lithuanian Principality. From 1569 to 1795, it was the administrative center of the Volyn province of Poland. From the time of the Third Partition until the Rysky Treaty of 1921, it was a district center in the Russian Empire. From 1921 to 1939, it was again the provincial center of the Volyn region. The great strong walls of the Lutsk Castle Tower enshrine historic memories from the life and circumstances of this city on the Styr in past ages. From them emanates the spirit of the ages, of concealed secrets, of powers, and of hard-fought battles. The construction of the stone walls is connected with the name of Lubat, who adopted Orthodox beliefs and was renamed Dmitro. This praiseworthy prince was of Lithuanian descent. It was during his reign, from 1340 to 1385, that the walls of the castle, now called the Upper Castle, were built. In the 15th century, the castle became the southern residence of the great Lithuanian princes Vytautas and Svidrigaila. On a low hill 10 to 20 meters high, the walls of the castle were built using so-called palchatki, or specially grooved bricks, and they have stood for 700 years. The walls and the towers of the Lutsk Castle have a total length of 240 meters. The 3 towers are square, and their stark outer surfaces are lapidary, and they stand like soldiers at their posts, dressed in steel chain armor and peaked helmets. Today, on the west side of the castle, the entrance tower rises 27 meters high. At one time, a drawbridge was connected to it. In 1429, on Vytautas' initiative, a summit of European monarchs took place in the castle, and among those who passed through the entrance tower, or the gate tower as it is sometimes called, were the Lithuanian Prince Lubart, the princes Vytautas, Jahailo, and Svidrigaila, the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, Sigismund, and many other representatives of the European elite. They came to solve problems of international relations. On the east side of the castle, above the river, rises the Styr Tower, which has been restored to the appearance it had in the 14th century. The thickness of the wall at the lower perimeter of the tower is 3 meters, which enabled the walls to withstand the blows of the stone-breaking machines used by attackers of that period. The Bishop's Tower is the castle's 3rd tower. From ancient times it symbolized the island city. It is 13.5 meters high, and the roof is dome-shaped. In that tower there are now 45 bells of different sizes. All the towers are connected by walls with gallery battle stations. From the 16th century on, the castle functioned as the administrative, political, and judicial center of Volyn. On its territory, provincial assemblies of Volyn noblemen took place, and city and provincial courts were housed there. In March of 1578, Ivan Fedorov, who was then in the service of Konstantin Ostrosky, began to make use of the services of the castle's judiciary office. The future Ukrainian hetman Ivan Vyhovsky, after he finished his education, began his career in the Lutsk city court. In time, the towers of the Lutsk castle fell into ruins and their appearance deteriorated. The Lutsk town council provided funds to renovate the castle at the end of the 19th century. When Emperor Alexander II was to arrive in Lutsk, they took down the half-ruined wall above the cornice at the end of the building near the entrance tower and strengthened the walls. The castle archives of the Middle Ages were kept in the Steer Tower until the middle of the 19th century. Now, the tower is used for meetings of historical reconstruction clubs. At the end of the 18th century, on the foundations of the Bishop's Tower, Prince Yuri Czartoryski, the headman of Lutsk, built a building for the district government, which now houses an art gallery. St. John's Church stood in the center of the castle fortress. It was built in the second half of the 12th century by Prince Yaroslav Iziaslavovich and is the only monument of the pre-Mongol period left in Lutsk. In the second half of the 19th century, a district treasury building was constructed by the financial division of the Lutsk government in the Bishop's Garden next to the Bishop's Tower. During the 19th and 20th centuries, it housed various government institutions, and presently a book museum is located there. In 1985, a government resolution was passed declaring certain sites in the Old City to be part of a complex of unique monuments of history, archaeology, and architecture. Among them was the Lutsk Castle. They formed a state historic and cultural preserve.